Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So before I even tell you what this video is about, I'm going to apologize. It is currently snowing and snow plows are going around outside, so if you hear some thunking, clunking, beeping, it's the snow plows. I apologize for it, but I needed to film so you guys have a video to watch today. We're just gonna have to work with the noise. I'm gonna do my best to reduce it in editing, but in case you can still hear it, that's what's going on. So today I'm going to be talking about a brand that has been very new to me. It is an Australian makeup brand called Crop Natural, and it recently started being carried at Credo Beauty, and I was initially fascinated by the brand because they make a liquid eyeshadow. For some reason, I just gravitate towards liquid and cream eyeshadows, and I think part of that is because they're so trendy in conventional beauty. And even though I am a non-toxic beauty YouTuber, I do watch a lot of conventional beauty YouTubers. I also follow a lot of them on Instagram. And part of why I do that is because even though we're in the non-toxic beauty space, I want to stay up with what makeup trends are occurring in conventional beauty, because there's a lot of crossover into non-toxic beauty, and a lot of the non-toxic beauty brands try and follow the conventional beauty trends as well. So I think it's important for me to stay informed as well. Because liquid eyeshadows are so big in conventional beauty, every time I see one in non-toxic beauty, I want to run out and try it. And I initially saw these in Credo in the store. I happened to be up in Boston and I was able to go to the Credo Beauty store and look at these in person. And as soon as I swatched them, I knew I had to have one because the formula was so incredible. I already talked about them in my February favorites, but I wanted to explore other products in the brand. So I also have two lip products, a lip gloss and a lipstick. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of an in-depth review of those three products and also talk about the brand in general. In addition to their liquid eyeshadows, their lipstick, and their lip gloss, they also have a blush and a mascara. And I almost picked them up. I was carrying around the mascara in the Credo Beauty store, but I decided not to purchase it only because I think I have like 3 mascara tubes going at once, and I was like, Kat, you don't need another mascara at the moment. So I think when some of the ones I'm using right now, when they reach their expiration date, I think I will go ahead and pick that up because, spoiler alert, I'm really impressed by the brand and I really want to see how their mascara performs. And I didn't pick up their powder blush because I just have a lot of blushes at the moment, and I've found some powder blushes that I really loved, and I'm just trying to be a little bit more selective in the products I'm picking up because my makeup collection is getting really large and it's actually getting difficult for me to store, and I'm going to be moving actually during the month of March. So there's just a lot going on, so I'm trying to be a little bit more minimal and selective at the moment. I just wanted to let you know that they also make a mascara and a blush, but I have not tried those out. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off by talking about these eyeshadows. These eyeshadows each cost $26, and there are 6 shades of the eyeshadows. There's like 2 kind of goldy shades, a bronze shade, a kind of silver shade. It's called a serpentine green, but I would call it kind of a teal, and then a rose shade. I have one of the gold shades, so I have the gold shade in Gilded. This is what it looks like in the tube. And I have the shade Sunset, which is the rose shade. So I'm gonna swatch them here for you. I do have the rose shade on my eyes currently. So the gold shade is Gilded and the pink shade is Satin, and you can just see how light reflecting those are. Like, they are incredible, and that's what sold me on these eyeshadows. As soon as I swatched them in the Credo Beauty store, I knew I had to have one. I initially bought Gilded, loved it so much that I went back for Satin, and I'm really having to fight with myself not to go purchase the rest of the shades, to be honest. But they dry down super fast. These have not dried fully yet. Once they have dried, I will show you, I will demonstrate how well they dry down. But they're not totally dry yet. You could do a one eye look with them, but I'm a little bit high maintenance, and what I like to do is take a crease shade, just blend it in my crease, and then pop the eyeshadow directly onto my lid. I use the doe foot applicator and I just apply it onto my lid, and then I will take a powdered like inner corner highlight shade, pop that on, and my look is done. I find the easiest way to get these eyeshadows to work is to apply them directly with the doe foot applicator. I will blend them around a little bit with my finger, but mostly just using the doe foot applicator to spread the product across my lid. They apply easier on my hands than they do my eyelids, and I have a theory about that. I do have hooded eyelids, and my eyelids are oily, so I think that that makes the application a smidge more difficult for me than it does to just swatch them. So I often do need to do a second coat to really fully coat my eyes, because I find that sometimes it doesn't want to stick to certain locations on my eyelid, and I think it might just be due to oil production. And also just like physically, my eyelid touches my crease, and so like while I'm waiting for it to dry, some can transfer, but it does dry really fast, which works in your favor. Okay, so these are probably dry here. Yeah, they are. Okay, so look, I'll apply these. I'm gonna take my finger, I'm gonna rub. They're still there. Like I'm rubbing hard, still there. And you can see my middle finger was where I was rubbing, and there's really no product. Just a little glitter, because the pink shade Satin does have some glitter flecks in it. So that glitter fleck comes off on me a bit, but I mean, that's pretty budge proof. That's why I purchased these. But back to how I like to apply them. Sorry, I'm jumping around on you. I do sometimes need to go in with the second coat, but my trick to applying these is you want to keep the coats as thin as possible. So if you do need to go in with a second coat, which I do, you just want to do it thin. You don't want to gloop this on because it is a really pigmented product, and it just wears better if you can get your coats kind of thin. I love these. Like I said, I had one, loved it so much, went and purchased another shade, and would honestly purchase all of them. Like if I was given the option and I had unlimited money, I would go and purchase all of them. So they really are great, and I think what I like about them is they're so high impact, and also because they're so budge proof, they make my eyeshadow last longer on me, which is nice because I do have hooded oily eyelids, and I always use eye primers. I actually don't use an eye primer with these. I've tried them with and without, and I think I actually prefer them without an eye primer. They last longer than traditional powdered shadows. And I love powdered eyeshadows, but no matter what the shadow is, because my eyelids are hooded and oily, my shadow does eventually crease on me and fade throughout the day. And this eventually does too, but it does it to a much lesser extent and lasts longer than powdered eyeshadows. So I think if you, like me, struggle with eyeshadows, if you are like me and you have hooded oily eyelids, like these shadows are a really, really great option to test out. And to me, they are different than all other cream eyeshadows in how budge proof they are and how fast they dry down. Like they dry down in less than a minute, and once they do, they're stuck on. Like I'm gonna have a little bit of a tricky time getting these swatches off. I'm going to have to get out an oil makeup remover to remove the swatches, which, you know what? I'm okay with that, because that means they are staying in place on my eyes, and that is what is important to me. These have moved into being some of my favorite eyeshadows, which you guys know I love eyeshadows. These are unique, and I really have not tried anything like them. They are much better than the Beauty Counter liquid eyeshadows. They just wear better, they're dry down faster, they're easier to work with. So if you tried those and weren't totally in love with them, these are an even better version of a liquid eyeshadow. Next up is their lip gloss, and I have the shade here in Leading Lady, which is this really lovely kind of nude pink shade. And I will also swatch it for you here. So this is Leading Lady swatched here. And for some reason on my hand, I feel like the swatch looks much darker than what it appears on my lips. On my lips, it's just not that dark. I don't know why that is. It's kind of interesting. It's a really nice kind of nude pink shade. It, like I said, it looks more peachy on here and it looks deeper than it is on my lips. That's why doing swatches on your lips is sometimes more helpful, because you can see what it actually looks like. It's a really pretty shade, and that's honestly what attracted me to it. I saw this and I was like, this is a perfect nude pink. And so even though I'm not a huge lip gloss fan, I went ahead and picked it up. I originally purchased it when I purchased Gilded. So that was on my first trip to Creative Beauty and picking up Crop Naturals products. And then on my second trip, I picked up the second Liquid and Metal eyeshadow and then the lipstick, because I was so impressed with the first two products. So the lip gloss costs $24. It comes in 4 different shades. So there's Birthday Suit, which is a warm nude. There's Golden Glow, which is translucent. There is Leading Lady, which is the one that I have, which is a nude rose. And then they have Vamp Me, which is a sheer ruby. And I should say that Birthday Suit and Nude Rose are definitely more pigmented, so they're less sheer, and Vamp Me is sheer, and of course Golden Glow is completely translucent. What's unique about this lip gloss is it is not sticky at all. It really is more of a liquid lipstick formula, but one that doesn't dry down because it's not sticky. It doesn't have that sticky lip gloss feeling at all. It's definitely very creamy and very comfortable on the lips. It's more of like it. I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, but it's more of an oily formula rather than a sticky lip gloss formula. And it's so creamy and comfortable on the lips. And I don't know why I picked it up initially. I think I had dry lips when I was in Creative Beauty and was like, oh, that looks like a pretty shade. I wanted to try out Crop Naturals for my channel. I'll pick this up and give it a try. But I have fallen completely in love with the lip gloss. And yes, I do have to reapply it. It's a lip gloss. It's not super long wearing. But the reasons why I love it is because it's not sticky. It's extremely comfortable to wear. And it's pigmented. I really discovered that one of the main determining factors of whether I like a lip gloss or not is the pigmentation of the lip gloss, because as you can see when I'm applying the lip gloss, I don't have a lot of pigmentation in my lips. And so I always want my lip products to actually add pigment to my lips. And that lip gloss in Leading Lady definitely does it, and it's not sticky, it's comfortable. It wears decently well. I've had some lip glosses that you put them on and then they're just gone. This one does stay on your lips a decent amount of time. And I know this is gonna sound really funny, but one of the things I really like about this lip gloss is the doe foot applicator. So it's a flat, it's not a perfect doe foot applicator, it's actually more of a flat paddle. And I've heard conventional beauty YouTubers be like, this doe foot applicator is so great, and I never really understood what they meant by like one doe foot applicator being better than another, because to me they were all kind of the same. But this one is actually kind of bendy. I know that sounds weird, but it's like flexible. It's not as rigid as some doe foot applicators that I've tried. And because of that, it actually makes it a lot easier to apply the lip gloss. The bending of the paddle actually allows you to like follow the curvature of your lips, which I never even knew was the thing that I wanted, but apparently I do, because it just makes it so easy to apply. And that's something, like, if you are going to have to reapply a lip product, having ease of application makes it not a hassle to reapply it. So all those factors together have made this a lip gloss that I actually have been reaching for a ton this winter. Like I've said in a few videos recently, because it is winter and because my lips are drier, I have been reaching for lip glosses, and I've discovered several. I love the Fit Glow lip gloss, I love the Hand Skincare Cosmetics lip gloss, and I also really love the Crop Natural lip gloss. And one thing too is the price point. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's still almost half the price of the Fit Glow. Yes, the Fit Glow, like, it's amazing, it's incredible. I own 2 of them. I recommend it all the time, but it is expensive. This is definitely a different formula from that one, but the Hand Skincare, the Fit Glow, and this one from Crop Natural are really the 3 lip glosses that I've come to love. And I think if you are especially looking for a non-sticky formula, this is where it's at. I was so impressed by that lip product that I went ahead and purchased their lipstick. And this is the shade Glam Slam. It comes in a bullet and it's got a twist up like this. And I should mention that all the products have this kind of, at least some of this black rubberized packaging. It's very NARS-esque. I really like the packaging. I think it's nice, it's sleek. It says crop on it. It's not too fussy. I really like it. The lipstick is $26 and it's an intense matte lipstick. And it comes in 3 shades. I have Glam Slam, which is described as a Divine Rose. It also comes in Night Owl, which is a burnt umber, and Daredevil, which is a toasty orange red. And I'm actually interested in Daredevil because I really like this formula. I've got the shade Glam Slam on my lips right now, and I'm gonna swatch it here along with my other swatches. I've got Glam Slam swatched right here. It's on the very end of my hand. And as you can see, it definitely is more pink than Leading Lady. Leading Lady is a little bit more peach, but it isn't a hot pink. It's a very nice pink. I mean, it matches my sweater quite well, if I may say so, but this lip formula shocked me because I've tried a lot of lipsticks and I'm gonna start off by saying this is not the most long wearing formula. I have other lipsticks that wear a little bit longer. I'm thinking of the Red Apple lipsticks, and I'm also thinking of the Ilia Color Block lipsticks. Like those are some of the most long wearing lipsticks on me. But this one is a pretty long lasting one. It's not quite at that level of those two lipsticks, but it's close. It's a lot more long wearing than a lot of my other lipsticks. And part of what I really like about this lipstick though is it is a matte lipstick that is comfortable. When I have this lipstick on, I really don't feel like I have a lipstick on. The nice thing about creamy lipsticks is that they feel creamy and hydrating on. This one doesn't feel creamy and hydrating, but more importantly, it doesn't feel drying. Like I just feel very comfortable on my lips. I don't feel like my lips are getting dry or chapped as I'm wearing it. And that is what I'm looking for in a matte lipstick. So if you are looking for a matte lipstick, this is my favorite formula. The Clove and Hallow Lip Velvets are a true liquid lipstick that dry down matte. So if you really want that intense matte, that super long wearing matte formula, there's that one. I think the main comparison I can make is comparing this one and the 100% Pure semi-matte lipsticks. I would take this any day of the week over those. The semi-matte lipsticks from 100% Pure are very drying while on the lips, and the problem I have is that they are so matte that it's hard to get the pigment actually on your lips. Like I feel like you have to go around and around and around to get those on. But this one is creamy when you apply it and then kind of dries down a little bit to a powder. It feels, the best way I can describe it is it feels a little bit powdery on the lips, but not dry. It doesn't feel like that when you initially put it on, which allows you to actually get the lipstick on. And one of the things I didn't realize about this lipstick is it is definitely buildable. It's not full pigment on your first swipe. You can build it up. So it's actually a very versatile lipstick. If you wanted more of a light wash of color, you could do that, but you can also build it up to full pigmentation. So it's kind of a gradient. Most of the time, I like my lipsticks to be full pigmented, but if they're not going to be, I want it to be like this one where I can actually build it up and adjust my pigmentation and opacity level. I rarely have this happen where I try out 3 different products from a brand and love all 3 of them. I really don't know why more people aren't talking about this brand. I mean, I guess they're pretty new in the US because they're just now being carried at Credo Beauty, but if you're at all curious about any of these, I would recommend all 3 of them. I would recommend the liquid eyeshadow, I would recommend the lip gloss, and I would definitely recommend the lipstick, especially if you're looking for a more matte formula. I should say the lipstick does transfer, but because it is a matte formula, it doesn't transfer a ton. Overall, these products get a cat stamp of approval. I really like them. I've been trying them out for weeks now, and I am still just as big of a fan as when I initially got them. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also check out my Instagram. I'll have my handle down below. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirl. I have lots of other non-toxic, cruelty-free beauty content on there, and I tend to post swatches and give little mini reviews on there, so be sure to follow me on Instagram so you're not missing out. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!